Alright, so we are at a place called Pyramid Hill, and it's named that so cool because there's a hill that's the shape of a pyramid, and we are staying in town, just at a little caravan park. 20 bucks a night, power, water, showers, amenities, all new, so that's pretty nice. And we're only 2 minutes down the road drive, and here we are. Obviously you can't really see the shape of it. Maybe when we leave, oh hang on, maybe this might help. So little board, and we're gonna go for a walk to the top if it's not too far for us, because you know what we're like. It says a grade 4, so like I went to grade 12, so we should be right. I think Leo went to grade 12 too, so look, as long as you've done the grade 4 in school, you're right to do this walk. And yeah, get out there and come check it out, eh? So this one here is called Mount Hope. It's full of big rocks. Big ass boulders, big ass rocks. So this is also one of the camp areas where Burke and Will came through, number 11 for them on their trip. So that's a nice little interesting fact. Alright, so we're here at Echuca.
Yeah.
And we're staying at the Rotary Club, which is just a $10 donation. And you can see we're out on we're on the water basically. Yeah. But we haven't camped straight on it. We're a little bit further back just because the river is rising. And
quite rapid.
Yeah, we're gonna go check out the greatest Aussie beer shed. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The Great Aussie Beer Shed.
Yeah, the Great Aussie Beer Shed. So that's all we're really going to do here. We're going to take off and try to find somewhere better tomorrow after. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, so we are at the Big Aussie Beer Shed.
The Great Aussie Beer Shed.
The Great Aussie Beer Shed is where we're at, which is totally dog friendly. So you can take them all through here and check everything out. You buy a stubby cooler for 10 bucks. You also get a free beer, spirit, whatever you want with it. So if you've never been here, come check it out. It's a great little place, and yeah,
you can drink while you're checking out the museum.
That's always a bonus.
Like, how can you say no?
And here's a classic one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nothing won't be lost if you try. I'm pretty sure it's worth. You'll change your life. Nothing won't be lost if you dive so deep into my heart.
What are we doing?
That's it.
Nothing won't be lost if you try. I'm pretty sure it's worth. You'll change your life. Nothing won't be lost if you dive so deep into my heart.
So if you ever come down, and you do come to this place, Neil's a great character, funny. So yeah, definitely check this place out if you're in Echuca.
Highly, highly, highly recommended.
Alright, so today we are on the Goulburn River.
Yep.
And we are just outside of Seymour, which is just down the road from Puckapunyal, the military training facility. And today we're going to go explore Seymour, see what's going on in there.
Lots of war memorial stuff.
Yeah. And I'll just quickly show you around and show you the campsite and our view for the next day.
Yeah.
So beautiful little spot. Righto, so we've been here a few days. We're at a mate's farm out at Bairnsdale. So while we're at Seymour, we made the decision that, you know, with all the rain coming that you would have heard about on the the TV down in Victoria, we thought let's just get away from it all. We're constantly worried about where we'll camp and if it was going to flood, trying to find free camps, trying to get sun for the solar, all that. So we went, look, let's just go to our mate's place, stay on his farm for a while, and that way we don't have to worry about anything like that, and we can just let things settle down. So that's where we've been the last few days. So we'll show the campsite we've got set up here on his farm. So as you can see, the dogs are just off the lead. They're enjoying not having to be on them. Gave us a chance to take the swags out, check if they were wet because of all the rain we had. We weren't sure. Mine was just a little bit wet. Leah's was fine. Even got a quad to use while we're here. Plenty of firewood. Unlimited firewood, I should say. And yeah, massive farm. So whenever we need wood, we can just go get it. And yeah, we're going to stay here for a while. Leah's hopefully going to have some work soon, and we'll do that. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. See what happens. Cheers. Left the dogs down at down in the caravan back at Bairnsdale, and we had thought we'd have our own little day. Well, not really a whole day. We're just doing lunch trip. Just a lunch trip here in Meetung. So yeah, we're just going for a little walk. Alright, so what do we do when it's raining? Well, one thing we do is we stock the fire up to make sure it doesn't go out while it's raining. So do a little quick. So she's stocked up. More wood for us to go. And we've set the table up so we can place some Yahtzee outside, keep an eye on that fire. That way, once the rain does stop, we should be right to go back to the fire. So, yeah, when it rains, stock it up. Alright, well, welcome to another episode of Bistro Baz. This is our, I guess, broken edition, purely because broken leg. So, look, what we're making today, we're going to make a honey chicken, a real simple one. I cooked it the other week and me and Leah both liked it. Sort of made it like almost like a Chinese takeaway meal. And we're just going to have it with rice. Leah will probably do that. Obviously I can't hop around and do everything, so she's going to do the rice for me later. But what I've got here, I have got some chicken schnitzels, French onion soup, some honey, and I also need some water. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to cook these up. Nothing too special, and I'll be right back with you. Right, so while the schnitzels are cooking in the Weber, we're just going to make up our little honey and French onion soup mix, just so I've got that ready. So use your teeth if you want. If you've got a knife handy, that's probably even better, or scissors even. So put a full packet in there and chuck in some water. The water's really just to mix it around, make it easier for the honey and the French onion soup to combine. I'll just mix that up. Now honey, not honey, but honey. Guess it depends on how much honey you like. I just squeeze a fair bit in there. But what we're going to do later on too is when it's actually cooking, everything's in there, the chicken's in there, this mix is in there. We're going to put more honey on top, so you don't have to go overboard. Maybe two, I don't know, one and a half of those tablespoons or something. So just mix it up, and once the schnitzel's ready, we'll pour this mix in and be a couple of steps closer to having lunch today. Alright, so I've got permission to tell bad jokes if I want, which I don't have any offhand. So anyway, schnitzels are done. So I'm just going to cut these up. So we're just going to lay them back in the here. Alright, got our mix. Give that another stir. I'm just going to pour that on top. Turn that Weber back up. Alright, just to make sure get honey, the mix everywhere on it. So if you want to make this simpler, pretty much don't get the crumb schnitzels or chicken, just get normal chicken breast, dice it up, chuck it in, pour all your mix in. You only need enough water to really cover the bottom, and because you want most of that to try to evaporate so you get a nice thickness out of it. But if you want it sort of, I guess, more like you have in Chinese, then the crumb will probably make it a lot better. Alright, next thing we need is we just need to get some alpha oil, so we'll be right back. Alright, so all we're going to do is we are just going to wrap it in a bit of alfoil. Alright, so we're going to chuck that in the weather for about half an hour and we'll check it, and hopefully it should look good. By then we'll take the alfoil off. It's cool, sort of good having the Weber right next to me and I don't have to move. I should get used to doing this forever. Alright, let's check that in half an hour. Alright, so it's been half an hour and I've taken it out and I've got my beautiful gloves on. So let's have a look at where we're at. Let's just take one off and just like, it's smelling good. I wish there was smell-o-vision. Oh, that could have been in there a little bit too long, to be honest. But hopefully we can still save that. Like, yeah, no, it's a little bit. Oh yeah, maybe a bit burnt there. It's definitely been in a little bit too long. Let's just add a little bit of water. Because I actually want to keep it in longer with the top off. Let's just mix that around. So let's just chuck more honey on. Chuck that back in. Maybe we won't chuck it in for another 15, we'll just check it as we go with it. Alright, we'll check it in 5, 10, I don't know, we'll see how we go. Alright, so I've already checked it just to make things a bit quicker, rather than turn camera on and off, and it's ready to go. Look, to be honest, I've sort of cocked this one up today. Where I stuffed up was on the Weber. I didn't put my little trivet, like the little pan that goes under the trivet to stop direct heat. So that's why it's sort of not gone the way I wanted. But let's just hope the flavour's still there and that it still tastes good. I'm hoping it doesn't put you off from trying it yourself because it is a good meal. Like I said before, I think if you do it without the like a schnitzel and you just do regular chicken, maybe chicken breast and stuff, it'll be a lot easier to cook. So just put this fried rice in. Do you want any more, Leah?
No, I'm good.
So ideally, you want a bit of liquid left over. Well, ideally for me anyway. You know, that's what I want. Grab that spoon. You want some of that bit there?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, definitely don't cook with direct heat on this. You sort of just want to bake it. Like I said, that's where I stuffed up, but yeah. Like I said, as long as it tastes good.
Oh.
Alright, let's have a taste and see how we go. Maybe I don't want that much. When I get it, we're going to have a taste. Ah, come on. Okay, so I'm having a big piece. Alright, let's see. That's good. Alright, so what's happened to me in the last few weeks? Well, the story is, as most of you probably already seen on Instagram and stuff like that, and my Facebook / Leah's Facebook, maybe our group Facebook, that I broke my leg in 2 places. How did this happen? Well, if you haven't guessed, obviously alcohol was involved, like all times when something bad happens. But I actually wasn't doing really anything too stupid. So me and Leah were having a few drinks one night, and we decided to have a little bit of a dance together. And as we were dancing, I had a little bit of a stumble, and as I was stumbling, we both had this great big crack. And then after that crack, I fell straight to the ground. So that was my leg breaking. And yeah, at the time we didn't know I broke it in 2 places. All we knew was, well, I was pretty sure it was broken. So being that we're out here on my mate's farm, he wasn't here. He was staying off the campgrounds, let's to say. And it was about 12 o'clock. We'd both been drinking too much that, well, I couldn't drive because I had a broken leg, and Leah couldn't drive because she was way too drunk. So we called the ambulance at about 12, and about 3 o'clock they arrived. As I laid there in the ground, on the ground, sorry, not in the ground, laid there on the ground in the wet because it'd been raining that night. And hopefully I've got some sort of photo to add in here for you so you can see. But yeah, so the ambulance got here, and then when they got here, they almost were getting bogged. So they had to they couldn't park too close to us. So what we ended up having to do was Leah had to get on the quad bike, me hop over, I think 2 or 3 hops with the aid of one of the paramedics, and Leah helping me over. I sat on the edge of the quad bike. Leah rode it as close to the, what do you call it, the stretcher as we could. And then I got on from there. So it was a little bit of a mission just to get on into the ambulance. But thankfully, yep, we got in, took off to the hospital, chucked me in a wheelchair with my leg sitting there up on a chair in the emergency room. And then I think it took a couple of hours before the doctor seen me, even though I think there was only 2 of us in there. And I think that would have been about 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock was about the time a doctor seen me. And felt around. He wasn't sure if it was actually broken because it didn't look broken, he said. But he said, you know, the pain I had, it seemed maybe it was, I don't know. So had to wait until 8 o'clock. Same thing, sitting in emergency. They didn't have any beds in Bairnsdale for me. So sat there until about 8:30. I think, yeah, it would have been about 8:30 when I went in for my x-rays. And struggled to have my foot up in the right position for them to even x-ray it. And they got it, and as soon as they took that first picture, the x-ray lady, she made a great big "oh damn," and as soon as she said that, I pretty much knew exactly that it was confirmed that it was broken. And I asked her, and yep, she said, yep, you've done a good job. And then she said, you've broke it in 2 places. So I broke it on my tibia, above my ankle, or tibia, sorry, and my fibula below my knee. So one, you can see I broke it really good clean break, and then the other one, by the looks of it, it's just good solid break, but not as clear cut as the other one. So yeah, so from there, because Bairnsdale don't actually have any orthopedics, they sound like shoes. I had to be transferred to the Latrobe hospital, which was another 2 hours away, but they didn't have any beds. So they put me in a half cast, and I had to wait, I think it was 2 nights I stayed there in Bairnsdale, just in pretty much the emergency short stay. And yeah, eventually got taken over. And then I think I was there for about a day. Yeah, I was there for a day, and then I had my surgery done and put in a moon boot. So basically what they did through my surgery was shove a pole right up that bone and screwed my bones to that pole. And then same with the other bone. I don't think they put a pole in that. They just screwed that one together. But yeah, it was quite interesting being awake through the surgery. So they do what is it there? A spinal tap. Spinal.
Like an epidural type thing.
Yeah, so basically just shoved a needle in my back to make me numb waist down. And yeah, like I said, I was awake the whole time, so the whole time I could feel them hammering and drilling and everything. Like, I didn't actually feel the pain, but I could feel the knock. You know, I could feel my leg actually getting hit. Like I said, it didn't actually hurt. I could just feel that motion and stuff. And yeah, it sounded like they were in my garage working on my car, just hammering the heck out of everything in there. So I ended up actually throwing up at one point just due to a bit of wooziness. I said to the nurses, I said, "Oh, look, I'm just going to close my eyes. I want to have a bit of a nap, but, you know, like, no point of staying awake." So every time I closed my eyes, I got nauseous, and they tried they gave me some stuff to help out with that, but it just didn't work. And I don't know if anyone's had this kind of surgery or that sort of, you know, from the waist down where you're not feeling anything, trying to throw up while you're laying down is quite uncomfortable, because you can't actually feel, you can't even make your stomach tense up to help you throw up. So it felt like all I was doing was using my muscles from my throat to throw up, and I was just laying there, and I had the little vacuum sucking all the saliva and the vial out of my mouth as I started gagging, because I guess all those muscles were sort of gone numb and weren't really working at the time. I struggled to actually push anything up, so I felt like I was almost choking. But, you know, the nurses helped me through it, and eventually the surgeons finished up, and I was back out in the bed sitting and resting. So I've got some exercises I've got to be doing throughout the days. My legs, like I said, now in one of those boots, and yeah, it should be 6 weeks on crutches, or five from today, 5 weeks now. So 2 weeks, well, a week from today, Leah should be able to take the dressings off and clean everything up, put new dressings on. 5 weeks from today, I should be able to go without the crutches, and then 11 weeks from today, hopefully I'll just be out of the boot, sorry. So, and then I think it's still a few months before I'll be 100%. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell of what has happened. Now, how are we getting along while I'm like this? So thankfully Leah's family has helped us out heaps by having Leah's brother George come down and basically be me while I'm injured, be my hands and my legs, basically going off, getting everything that I need, and waiting on me, I guess, looking after camp, making sure the fire's going, cooking, helping Leah out as well, taking a bit of stress off both of us. So as Leah's still working, so it's a bit hard, but it's been a godsend to have him come down, and we both appreciate everything he's doing and the help from his parents for sending him down to us. So Leah will be finished work in about 4 days, and that'll be her contract done. So we'll see how we go for a couple of days where she's not working, how she handles it. Hopefully George will be able to head home after that, and we should hopefully be fine, just the two of us. We still do have Richard here, our mate on the property. He'll help us out with a few little things, I think, like just collecting the wood and stuff like that, just those other things that Might just be a little bit beyond Leah at the moment, I think, because the wood. It's just wood. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment. That's how we're traveling. And so I think there's going to be a few months where we won't have any videos going on, just because we're going to be staying here for a while just for my recovery. We are going to try to get out and just do some, as I get better, get more mobility, maybe do some day trips, maybe do a trip where we can take the dog somewhere and have some accommodation, dog friendly accommodation, and we can actually stay somewhere else and just try to use this time as much as we can and not waste it. Be a shame if we're here for the next 2 months or so and we actually don't get to do anything and then we move on. So we will try to make the best of it. So yeah, like, I don't know what else there is to say about that. It's just an unfortunate thing that we've got to deal with, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some good videos once I'm all back to 100%. Maybe even 50% would be good. So we'll yeah, see you soon. It looks like maybe I've broken my ankle or my fucking leg or something, and I don't know, it's like 10:30, 12, 11, I don't know.
It is 12:45.
It's 12:45 at night. Me and Leah were a bit drunk. I hugged her and she broke my ankle.
I didn't break.
Something went snap and we're here right now. And that was Hubert. So we'll check in a few hours, I guess, because yeah, definitely something's broken. She's looked at it, and yeah,
it's very deformed.
It's deformed as, and my ankle hurts like a motherfucker. All right, guys. If you can't tell, I'm pretty wrapped up in stuff. It looks like I have broken something in my ankle. Probably my ankle, my femur, my knee. I don't know. Something's broken.
Not your femur.
Could be the femur below the knee. Then femur. Below the knee femur. I don't know what it is. Something's broken. It went snap. And I'm laying here and I'm freezing cold. So good night.
So we're in the hospital and him, two fractures in each bone. What else? One of them's a spiral fracture.
Two breaks.
Waiting transfer to another hospital.
Yep. Waiting surgery. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks since I broke my leg, or since I had not really broke my leg, but since I had it all fixed up. And today Leah gets to take the bandages off and clean her all up and takes the stitches out. So let's have a look at what it looks like at the moment. Oh, actually no, we'll wait because the boot's still on. Leah's just preparing everything. And I'll show you in a second.
So rank.
Alright, let's have a look at what this leg looks like. Oh, hang on. So, that's the leg. You can see some decent bruising. And yeah, so let's see how we go with some pain of this Leah ripping this stuff off. It doesn't hurt ripping the sticky tape off my leg at all. Nope. Oh shit!
Right.
Holy dooly, that.
Is it the hair getting?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's just the hair.
Okay. Thought there was actual pain. It's just hairs.
Oh! Wow! Give me the broken leg. Alright, let's have a look at how many stitches I've got.
Staples.
Staples, sorry. Can you count them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Alright, so 15 staples for Leah to take out. This is going to be fun.
might just give it a wipe first.
I thought you were going to clean it all up first anyway. And that's just those staples. There's probably more staples down in there.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Wow, that hurts so much, that fucking tape.
Oh. It must be hard.
It is.
Most unsympathetic nurse ever.
Oh,
Sorry.
trying to scare her.
No one's ever cried when I've taken out staples.
Once it's clean, I'll get a photo so I can send to the boys. Alright, so the staples are about to come out. Blair says it doesn't hurt. She's never had anyone cry, but it might be a first. That's the staples coming out and I didn't even cry.
Nearly did.
Alright, new bandages all on.